In any radio transmission system, perhaps the most difficult component to measure is the antenna and the antenna system. All other components, units and equipment are normally accessible for test personnel. Antennas and feeders, however, are usually located well out of the reach of the tester, and the output from an antenna is radiation, which is not so easily or conveniently measured. We must therefore rely upon other properties of an antenna and feeder system. With a Sitemaster instrument and just a little experience, the site engineer can quickly identify many types of antenna system fault. The most common phenomenon that can be measured is the voltage standing wave ratio, which is a measurement of the transmitter signal fed to the antenna compared to the wasted signal voltage reflected back to the transmitter from any disturbance to the impedance. This wasted power means that the signal level radiated from an antenna is, at best, reduced a little, at worst, zero. These reflected signals can be detected using voltage standing wave ratio or return loss measurements. The Anritsu Sitemaster is a handheld instrument for measurement and evaluation of return losses from an antenna system. With installation faults, one may occasionally expect a variety of errors, for example, defective connections, excessively sharp feeder bends, or even water damage due to defective cable seals. Thankfully, installation faults are few and far between. The Sitemaster is an ideal instrument for confirming that a newly installed antenna system does in fact function and that no major errors have been made by the installation teams. Measurements can also be made for installation records, or feeder lengths may need to be measured to commission the radio system. With maintenance faults, however, one knows that the antenna system has functioned, so faults usually have quite a different nature. When a fault has occurred, it will usually be detected at a base station controller or whatever fault supervision system the radio base station has. Operators see an alarm and interrogate the base station to find out just what has happened. They then contact the maintenance personnel and request investigation and remedial action. It may also happen that there is no radio base station fault at all, but the operators have noticed that all traffic has simply gone elsewhere. This would occur in the event of an interference signal that is blocking the radio base station receiver and preventing traffic from using it. Telephone traffic would then have to use another site if one was available. The increased traffic load could even overburden another site. In this event, we can investigate external signals with a spectrum analyzer. So to recap, the major testing needs for installation are voltage standing wave ratio or return loss, feeder length measurements, and distance to fault in the unlikely event that a fault exists. The radio base station maintainer will need the basic voltage standing wave ratio or return loss, but he will also rely more on the distance to fault measurements. He may also need a spectrum analyzer function when locating interference. There are 3 Sitemaster models available. The S331C is capable of all but the spectrum analyzer function. The S332C has all the functions described in this video package. The the MS2711B is a standalone spectrum analyzer. All three units look similar and their operation is almost identical. You should always ensure that the Sitemaster instrument is fully charged before going to site. If you have a spare battery, check that it too is fully charged. The Sitemaster and all its accessories are contained in a single carrying case that is convenient for the tester to use almost anywhere. For more detailed information about the Sitemaster hardware and accessories, refer to the manufacturer's own literature. We will discuss some of the accessories in the following films. Before any tests are done, it could be prudent to inspect the antenna system. Follow the feeder cables from the radio room along the cable route. This alone may reveal damage to cables or equipment, giving an obvious time saving. Cable penetration through walls and cable joints should all be inspected well. Check that cable bends are not too tight and that the antenna is unobstructed. The feeder terminations at the antenna should be sound and well insulated. Remember that RF power is potentially dangerous, so antennas should be isolated before anyone goes anywhere near them. Now is the time to switch on the Sitemaster and allow it to warm up and stabilize for a few moments. Length and distance tests require that the Sitemaster is calibrated before any measurement can be made. For personal safety and to prevent any disruption to traffic, the antenna to be tested must be taken out of service. The tester should therefore call the radio base station controller and request the cell to be blocked if the transmitters cannot be disabled locally. The instrument is then connected to the antenna system that is to be tested and measurements are made. If an antenna or feeder fault is detected or confirmed, then antenna installers or riggers must be called in to rectify the problem and our work on site is finished.